Good morning, teacher.
Good morning to you. Thank you for showing up today. All right, let's admit
Good
the
morning,
rest of.
teacher.
Good morning, how are you?
Hi, teacher.
Fine, thank you.
Hello, hello. Thank you being here with me. You know that this is the last week before we go to enter on Holy Week, right? We're gonna have a few things to do today, okay? As a final review from our previous unit 1, I mean, okay? And for this, we want to watch videos regarding this present perfect and present perfect continuous, all right? But before that, we're going to give another minute so the rest of the guys can join us, okay? Okay, let's see, 29. There's not too many that haven't, that are not here. All right, let's begin the class, okay? Thank you very much for joining the class today. As I said, this is going to be the last week before we enter on the Holy Week or Semana Santa. We know what we are celebrating. We have to get in tune, okay? And these, let's say, festivities, okay? Some people get kind of sad or something for the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. But the way I see it is we have to celebrate, okay, the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ, okay, that rise after 3 days of being, okay, and in his tomb, okay. So right now, what we're going to do is begin with our list, our attendance list, okay. So please answer before, after I call your name, okay? Right now we are 30. We are probably one or two missing, okay? And okay, let's begin. Valcárcel Soto, Pablo.
Present.
Thank you. Barrios Rivas, Diego.
Present.
Right. Beltrán Tello.
Present.
Thank you. Cajas Rebuli.
Present.
Thank you. Carranza Osorio Miguel.
Present.
Thank you. Castellano López Eduardo. Okay. One of you is got an excuse. He's been sick. Okay, so there is no problem with him. I already have his message from his parents. Okay, Coto Valencia.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Duvon Campos Jose.
Present.
Thank you. Garcia Garnica Ángel.
Present.
Thank you. Garcia Rodríguez Diego.
Present.
Thank you. González Maldonado Errol Jose.
Present.
Thank you. Ishkia Kristancic.
Present.
Thank you. Loera García Francisco.
Present.
Maldonado Rodríguez Juan.
Present.
Thank you. Marroquín Cruz José Javier.
Present.
Thank you. Martínez Solares Juan Diego.
Present.
Thank you. Mazariegos Figueroa Adolfo.
Present.
Thank you. Meléndez Reina Pablo.
He's in the class, teacher. His mic's not working.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. So we have Meléndez Reina, right? If you can write on the chat section, please. Just write present. That'll be fine. Okay. All right. Let's see, Melende Reina, Monroy Maldonado,
Present.
thank you. Muñoz Fuentes,
Present.
thank you. Okay, Pérez Velázquez Pablo,
Present.
Ramírez Varela Emilio,
Present.
thank you. Vecinos Galeotti Sebastián,
Present.
Rodríguez Galvez Sebastián, Mr. Rodríguez Sebastián Alejandro, okay. Sebastián. All right. Rodríguez Yaque Martín,
Present, teacher.
thank you. Ruiz Mendizábal Elmar,
Present.
Samayoa Ruiz Juan Antonio. Okay. Thank you very much, Juan Samayoa. Okay. I'll be sending okay, an email today, all right? Okay. So make sure you answer that I've received, okay? Thank you. Juan Samayoa present, okay. All right. Sánchez Juan José Fernando,
Present.
thank you. Solares Portillo Emilio,
Present, teacher.
thank you. Sots Diego Juan Pablo,
Present.
thank you. Vázquez Sierra Mirol de Jesús,
Present.
thank you. And Velázquez Alpírez Fernando. Okay. Mr. Velázquez is not here. All right. Okay. Thank you. Before we enter to see the review from Unit 1, okay, I just want to ask you something, and I want to make sure today when we finish and you have the time, okay, please check on your two platforms, okay? One is my English lab, right? See if you can sign in, and I haven't assigned anything yet, okay? So don't worry about it. This is going to be for after Holy Week, right? We're going to begin assigning some books, okay? And some readings to do as well, okay? And my own, this is the other platform you need to check on my own. See if you can sign in and check all the things that they are in there, okay? Learn about that platforms or both platforms, okay? And if you have problems with that, let me know next Wednesday, okay? All right. I'm going to say it in Spanish, so I always want to make sure that you all understand, okay? Okay, so tenemos dos plataformas, chicos, ¿ok? Asegúrense de poder ingresar a las dos, tanto como My English Lab. My English Lab está relacionado, ¿verdad? Intrínsecamente con lo que es nuestro Summit One. Yes, Emilio. Talk to me.
Sí, profe, se lo voy a decir en español. En lo de Mayón, usted me dio el perfil y todo, el usuario, pero intenté entrar y no pude. Así como usted me dijo,
Mayón.
intenté varias veces, varios días y no pude.
Ok. Emilio Solares, ok.
Ujú.
Mayón, ok. I will check that today, okay? See what's going on. If you are not there, I'm going to add you again, see if we can work the things out, okay? Thank you. So, as I was saying, tenemos dos. Traten de entrar primero a lo que es My English Lab y pueden revisar todo lo que hay ahí, ok? Está la unidad 1, 2 y 3 de libros Summit One, ok? Porque los dos es la misma cosa, tanto la plataforma de My English Lab como el libro Summit One, los dos están unidos, es lo mismo, ¿ok? Es la práctica en la plataforma del libro, ¿ok? Y pueden ver videos y todo como el que vamos a ver hoy, ¿ok? Acerca de esto. Y el otro también necesito que revisen es My Own. Miren si pueden entrar, miren cuánto fue su Lexile o su punteo de reading, ¿ok? Juan Diego, tell me.
Teacher, I don't know if you, I don't know if it was in my English lab. You put some assignment poll. I don't know if it was for an example or we have to do it.
No, you don't have to do it. It just was an example, okay? I assigned it just to
It's
see value.
and what happened if I do it? If I do it?
But nothing. Actually, you want to get some practice. But anyway, it
Okay.
won't give you any points. Okay. It was just an exercise for you to do, and make sure that you could get in. And if I could assign that homework to you, that's all. That was all. Unit 2, I will assign it, but I'm going to tell you when I'm going to assign this, ¿ok? Cuando ya sea la unidad 2 de regreso de Semana Santa, ya les diré yo, ok, estoy asignando esto para que ustedes lo hagan, ¿ok? Y de esa manera, pues van a obtener también más puntos en sus guías de trabajo, ¿ok? Y esto es como un repaso de lo que vemos en clase, all right? So, make sure para next Wednesday, ¿ok? Para el siguiente miércoles me dicen, profe, yo tengo problemas entrar a My English Lab o para entrar en My Own. Y vamos a arreglar todo esto antes de Semana Santa para que cuando ya regresemos después, empecemos la unidad 2, ya todos estemos bien, ¿ok? All right. So now, what we're going to check today, okay, is regarding our last class that we had. This was regarding our how we save, okay, money and how to manage our budget, okay? So remember, that was on page 32 from our book, okay? And it talks about little things that I live within my means. What this means is I live within my means is from the money I get, I can live very well, okay? I don't get over budget or under it, okay? I keep track of my expenses, okay? Is for example, what I do every month at the beginning, I do my budget, monthly budget, okay? I put my income, all the money that I receive from different sources, okay? My salary, rents, tutorials, etc. Okay, so I add everything. Okay, all of these items I added. Those are going to be my income. Okay, so and then I go and write in another column my expenses. Okay, so this is what I spend every month. Okay, for example, utilities. That's water and power, cable, internet, let's say food, supermarket, etc. All these things. So at the end, I'm going to make a subtraction of this, okay? I'm going to put my income versus, okay, and subtract, okay, my expenses. Whatever I got left, this is the money that I can save every month, okay? For this, I have that I save regularly. It's another word that we use. Whatever I got left, I put it in the bank. Okay, I go in and make a deposit, right? So I'm saving every month just for a rainy day, they say. Okay, rainy day, okay, is an expression. It means whenever I have the need to use that money that I have saved, all right, I can go to the bank and use it for any emergency that I might have, okay? Another one is I always pay my credit card bills in full. I don't know, nowadays, most of the families have credit cards, okay? For example, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, etc., okay? And then usually when you get your bill, okay, from the bank, from the credit card company, okay, you got, okay, minimum to pay 100 Qs. Qs means 100 quetzales, okay? So if I pay the minimum, I'm not paying the whole debt that I have. Okay. Usually, what is much better is for us to pay the whole amount. Okay. If I spend 1,000 Qs a month, well, next month I have to pay 1,000 Qs. Okay. So I'm going to be in a balance of 0. All right. So bond money management could be things like I live beyond my means. Living beyond my means is expending more money every month that I'm getting. Okay. For example, I'm getting 10,000 Qs, but I am spending 11,000. So I'm over budget 1,000 Qs, right? So that's not good. Okay, we need to spend less than what we are getting. I don't know where the money goes. That's an expression that we usually say. Or our parents, okay, father and mother say like, oh, I don't know where all the money goes, okay. I got 100 Qs and I went to the market and phew, it was gone, okay. So that's usually what happens when we don't have enough money to pay. I live paycheck to paycheck, okay? Living from paycheck to paycheck, whenever you begin working, you will see that some people, whatever they receive as a paycheck means is your salary. When you get your check from the monthly salary, that's your paycheck. You're being paid for working, okay? So living from a paycheck to paycheck means that once we got the paycheck, we spend it all paying things, not saving or whatever, but then we are waiting for the next check or paycheck, okay? That's what it means. And I'm drowning in debt, okay? Drowning in debt means like we are suffocated. We are having so much expenses and debts that we don't have enough money to pay, all right? For this, we're going to check on a video, okay, regarding this thing. Okay, I will share. Let me check here. Let me make sure that I have it here. All right. Are you okay with this? Are you listening well? Or you have any question right now before I begin our video? No questions.
The video, teacher.
Thank you. Let's share screen then. Okay. Mhm. Or this pay attention, please, okay? We have good reception, we have good internet speed, right? So there won't be any problem listening to this, all right?
Tell me a little bit about you and money, whether you're good at saving or did you save for something special? Do you just blow all your money as soon as you have it?
Well, when I was growing up in India, my parents were, very open and
Teacher, I can hear the video.
they would say, okay, you can go ahead and take it.
Sorry,
And I think that's for
I can hear the video, teacher.
you can hear the video, okay. Let me see if I can, I have the full volume. Can you check your volume? See if you can turn it up from your side.
I have the max, teacher.
Okay, you have the maximum, okay. Let's try to listen to it. If you wear headphones, that'll work better, okay?
surprised me a little bit because I would, whatever I wanted, I'd take the money and go buy it. And I didn't really realize the importance of saving money. So when I grew up, I was 22 and I left India to go to Singapore. And I was on my own and I had scholarship. And my father was on the phone. He would ask me, so how much money have you saved? And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm not saving any money. And he got worried and he wanted me to start saving money. It was very hard for me to save money because I would go out and and walk past a shop that had clothes, and I would look at the clothes and go, oh, I want that. And I would go in, get it, and be really happy. It made me happy, you know? But I think after a year or so, when I realized that I had to take care of myself, not only now, but let's say a year from now. And a year from now, I might not have the money that I'm getting now. So I have to start saving so that I'm not, you know, on the street without any money. So I started saving, but I still had a hard time with it. My sister is very good. She is very stingy with money, you know. And when I was in India, I would tell her, oh, come on, go on, spend the money, you know, if you want something, go get it. And she would always tell me, you should think about our parents, they're making all this money for us, so we shouldn't spend it just like that. I think now I am a little better.
Okay, let's make a quick stop right here. To some of you, you may not have a good internet, so that's why you cannot listen very well. Okay, but let's try to make an effort on this. Okay, actually, you can see this video. Okay, on Unit 3 from your My English Lab. Okay, Unit 3, My English Lab. You go right at the bottom. All right, I will tell you where it is exactly is. Okay, so you can check on this. Okay, actually, let's finish this. But I want to ask you something. But before we go to the next page, okay? Do you save money? Anyone can tell me. You can tell me, please. Do you save money or not?
Yes.
Yes,
Very
teacher.
good. Okay, good. That's really good. So that means that you get probably a weekly allowance or a monthly allowance. Do you know what allowance is?
No, teacher.
No, okay. I will say allowance is the money that our parents provide to us. Okay, it could be a weekly allowance or a monthly allowance. Okay, that's what they used to do in the United States. All right, in any other country as well. We don't usually receive allowance here in Guatemala or Guatemala. Okay, what we do here is we get a daily money to spend, right? So saying it in Spanish, allowance es lo que recibimos ya sea semanalmente o mensualmente. Por ejemplo, mis padres solían darme cabal el domingo en la noche. Bueno, aquí está tu dinero para la semana. ¿Ok? Lo que hagas con él es tu problema. ¿Ok? Así que úsalo correctamente y sabiamente para que te alcance para hasta el domingo. Si no te alcanza, es tu problema. ¿Ok? Y ya tenía que ver yo cómo lo hacía. All right? And monthly allowance is something that we get every month. Podemos recibirlo mensualmente o semanalmente. ¿Ok? Ese es un dinero que nos dan. Por lo regular en Guatemala, como estaba diciendo en inglés, recibimos dinero diariamente. Mamá, ya me voy al colegio. Ok, aquí está. No sé cuánto les dan, ¿verdad? Pues no menos de 5, ¿verdad? 5 quetzales o 5 Qs. Ok. No me imagino que puedan ustedes, tienen que gastar por lo menos 20 tal vez. No sé cuánto les pueden dar. En mi época, que era mucho tiempo atrás, mi mamá me solía dar 25 centavos al día, ¿ok? O por lo menos cuando me daba 5 quetzales a la semana, era rico, me pasaba para todo, ¿ok? Pero también me pasaba, la camioneta costaba 5 centavos el pasaje, 5 de ida y 5 de regreso, ¿ok? Y me casaba para mi agua y mis tortas. O si llevaba lunch, pues también, ¿verdad? Anyway, that was me. Eso era yo, ¿ok? But for you guys, you're probably going to get much more money than that, okay? I don't know how much you can get if you have lunch or your mother or somebody makes lunch for you to bring to school, which is better, okay? You save more money bringing lunch from your home than buying it over here, okay? Anyway, let's continue with this. what she's saying here is that she's from India, okay? So she didn't save any money before. In fact, now that she's living in the United States, she didn't do it that well, okay? Don't she doesn't have that presence of thinking, saying, okay, I'm going to save money. But now what she used to do was whenever she went from to a shop or something, if she saw something that she likes, okay, or she liked, she bought it, okay. But anyway, her parents used to get worried about that. Are you saving money? She said, no, I didn't save any. I'm not used to save money. So parents used to get worried about it. Okay, let's listen to the end of this video, all right?
About savings, but not very good. Not as good as I could be.
I think I'm very good at handling money. I save when I need to, I spend when I would like to. I try to keep control of my funds so that I don't end up in situations where I don't have money to pay for basic necessities. But I do feel that you should spend money that you have while you have it and while you're here, as opposed to saving it for a rainy day that never comes. And saving, what are you trying to do to save?
I have made a plan.
Okay, between those, the first one and the second one, the first one, the lady that she was talking first, okay, she said that she didn't save any money, okay? The second one was more concerned about saving money, okay? And he preferred to do his budget and pay whatever he has as an expenditure or expenses, okay? So let's listen to Lisa, see what she has to say about saving or not money, okay?
What I do now is just take out a certain amount of money at the beginning and save that, just put it away before I would even really see it. So that way I can like build up and spend whatever else I have.
I think that works.
It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. I have a little bit of something saved up.
Okay, as you can see, all right, these three people have different ways of spending the money or saving the money, okay? But anyway, we have to get the custom, okay, or get used to save money. It's going to be much better if we do it now, okay? We in English, what we call alcancía in English is a piggy bank, okay? Piggy bank because it's a pig, okay, a little pig, could be any material, and we use this little piggy bank to save money. When we were kids, we used to have it. I don't know if you had it or not, okay? I did, okay? My mother used to buy me a piggy bank every year, okay? By January, I used to have my new piggy bank, okay? And I start saving money, okay? I lost the customer doing it, okay? Now I don't do it. I try to do it with my kids, okay? With my kids, I bought piggy banks and I'll give it one for a tuition, okay? So they can begin getting used to save the money, all right? It will be a good idea for you if you do the same, all right? So you always have money to save, just in case, okay? You can adjust. Even if you save like saying 50 cents, 25 cents a day, at the end of the year, you want to have a pretty much a good sum of money, okay, saved. Because from quarter to quarter, right, you will save money, all right? So now let's go and check on our second video, okay? And this is not, okay. I will check on the other one. All right, let's just do a quick review. Let's see. This is going to, sorry. Okay. This is going to be about present perfect continuous. Remember that we already saw which is present perfect. Having our subject, plus the verb have or has, our verb, principal verb, okay, or main verb in past participle. If you need to check on your past participle verbs, I suggest you go to our page 124 from our Summit One book, okay? Check 124 page, or actually it's 122 and 123, okay? Okay, here it is, right? Let's check here. If you check on your book, Summit One, okay? 123, you can see the list of our verbs, okay? In base form or present form, simple past, second column, and third column, you'll see which are some of the verbs that we have in past participle. Okay, but for now, I want you to check on this, okay? And we're going to do a review of present perfect tense or present perfect continuous, okay? All right, if you don't see it, please let me know, all right?
Hello, I'm Emma from English. A couple of weeks ago, I created a lesson about the present perfect tense, what it looks like, how to use it, and all of that good stuff. I talked about when to use the present perfect simple tense and when to use the past simple tense. Now, if you missed it, you can check it out right here. But after watching that lesson, many of you asked me, so when do we use the present perfect simple tense? And when do we use the present perfect continuous tense? A lot of you also asked, so when do you use these words since and for? Now, both of these questions are really important questions when you're using the present perfect tense in English. So in this video, I'm going to answer both of those questions. This channel is all about speaking and communicating confidently in English. And I know that fixing some of these common grammar errors is an important part of helping you to feel confident when you're using English, so that when you do speak, you can express yourself clearly and automatically. So let's start by talking about the present perfect simple tense and the present perfect continuous tense. They have eaten the pizza. So this is the present perfect simple tense. We have the auxiliary verb has with our main verb in past participle form. They have been eating the pizza. Now this is the present perfect continuous tense. We still have the auxiliary verb has, but now we have the word been and our main verb in a continuous or progressive form. So when you compare these two sentences, the main difference is that the first one tells us that the action finished in the past. There is no more pizza now in the present. The second sentence, the present perfect continuous tense, suggests that there is still pizza left now. They haven't eaten all of the pizza yet. We can use either of these tenses to talk about events that happened in the past, but they're somehow connected to the present. She has borrowed our car. So this is an action that happened in the past, but it's important to the present because we don't have a car right now. We're focused on the result when we're using the present perfect simple. She's been borrowing our car every Thursday. Now, this sentence suggests that the action is still happening. So next Thursday, she'll probably borrow the car again. So here, our focus is on the action. The action is unfinished.
Okay, let's make a quick stop here. Here is a verb, okay, that we usually get confused with, okay? The verb borrow, okay? Borrow, present, borrowed, past, okay? and as well as past participle, borrowed, right? Do you know what borrow means? Anyone can tell me what borrow means?
Mm, no, teacher.
No, you don't. Anyone else? Prestar, ¿ok? Ahora, la palabra es, más que nada, es muy diferente en inglés, porque hay dos palabras, ¿ok? Que se unen. There are two words that are different in pronunciation. Borrow es pedir prestado, ¿ok? O ask for money, right? And lend, L-E-N-D, ¿ok? That's lend. Lend es prestar dinero, ¿ok? Si tú me pides a mí, you are borrowing, ¿ok? Si yo te doy el dinero a ti prestado, es lending money, ¿ok? That's the difference. Both are verbs, ¿ok? Los dos son verbos, solo que es la diferencia, ¿ok? I'm lending you money, ¿ok? I have lent you money before. Yo te he prestado dinero antes, ¿ok? But if I say, for example, in this one, she has borrowed our car. Ella ha pedido prestado, okay, nuestro carro. Okay, and she has been borrowing our car every Thursday. That means with the ing, ella ha estado prestándonos o pidiéndonos prestado, okay, el carro. Sería mejor decir pidiéndonos prestado o prestándonos. Yes, Daniel.
A teacher, solo una pregunta y se lo voy a decir en español porque es de mayo. La cosa es de,
All right.
la cosa es de que se lo quería decir ahorita para cuando terminara la clase, pues.
Ajá.
Es que a mí no me funcionó la contraseña, o sea, lo que principalmente me mandó, bueno, lo que primera vez me mandó, entonces lo voy a volver a mandar un correo, ¿te parece?
Perfecto, perfecto.
Para que
Ajá.
ya notificarle y que me pase el usuario o contraseña si es que lo tengo mal o eso, ¿te parece?
Okay, let's do that, please. Thank you.
Ok,
All right.
gracias, teacher.
Thank you. Ok, para alguien más que tenga el mismo problema, lo mejor que puede hacer, ok, es mandarme un correo, así hay evidencia de que ustedes están preguntando y yo se los contesto. Así hay evidencia que yo le estoy contestando en su tiempo, ¿verdad? Y le estoy dando la solución, ok. Esto es para récord mío, de ustedes y del colegio, ok. ¿Por qué hago esto? Para que después, mire, profe, yo no tengo mi contraseña, no tengo la plataforma. Entonces yo le digo, ok, nunca me mandaste nada preguntándome, yo te lo dije en clase, hay una grabación ahorita, pero no hiciste nada al respecto, ahí sí que culpa tuya. Ahora bien, si yo no contesto sus inquietudes o sus preguntas, ya sea por email, pues va a ser mi culpa, ¿ok? Esto es para que ustedes también estén seguros de que no, que yo estoy haciendo lo correcto y no les estoy fallando, ¿ok? Estamos para servirles en la hora que ustedes quieran, me pueden mandar un email, ¿ok? Nomás no en la noche, porque hay algunos que me han mandado como a las 10 de la noche y pues ya estoy durmiendo, ¿ok? O algo más, pero bueno, anyway. Let's continue with this, okay? All right. I just want to make sure that get to know the difference between borrowing and lending money, okay? All right. Oh, you know what? We are running out of time. It is 8:40 already. Thank you, and we'll see you Wednesday, okay? All right.
Okay.
Bye,
Make sure
teacher.
yeah.
teacher.
Bye.
Hi, teacher.
Bye, teacher. Have a nice day.
Bye, teacher.
Thank you very much. You too. Thank you.